Have you ever felt lost and alone? Discover how worship became the light that guided me through the darkness.
Luke, I've been thinking about how much worship has changed my life. It's like it's unlocked a part of me I didn't know existed.
That's powerful, Michelle. I can definitely relate. There was a time when church was just a Sunday routine, but now worship is my lifeline.
Exactly. I remember feeling so lost and empty. Life's challenges were weighing me down, and I couldn't find peace. That's when I started crying out to Jesus, and his words reminded me that God is seeking true worshipers to worship him in spirit and truth. So I began to learn what that meant.
And that's when it all changed, right?
Absolutely. It was like discovering a hidden treasure. The music, the lyrics, the atmosphere, everything about it connected with my soul. I felt a sense of belonging and acceptance that I had never experienced before.
I know what you mean. There's this incredible freedom that comes with surrendering your worries and burdens to God through worship. It's like letting go of a heavy backpack.
Exactly. It's like finding a safe haven where I can be completely vulnerable and honest with God. His love envelops me, and I feel a deep sense of peace and healing.
And then there's the power of fellowshipping with others. Worshipping together with other believers creates such a strong bond. It's like we're all lifting each other up in prayer and support.
Definitely, it's amazing how worship can bring people together from different walks of life. We become one in Christ, united in our love for him.
I've also noticed how worship has fueled my passion for serving others. It's like I've been given a new purpose in life.
That's beautiful, Luke. Worship has ignited a fire within me to make a difference in the world. It's given me the courage to step out of my comfort zone and share God's love with others.
It's truly remarkable how worship can transform our lives from the inside out. It's not just about singing songs. It's about encountering God's presence and experiencing his transformative power.
I couldn't agree more. Worship has become the foundation of my faith. It's where I find strength, hope, and inspiration to face whatever life throws my way. I remember a time when I was going through a really tough breakup. I felt lost and heartbroken. During worship, I poured out my pain to God, and I felt his comforting presence. It was like he was wrapping his arms around me, telling me that he would see me through.
That's powerful, Michelle. I've also experienced God's healing power through worship. There was a time when I was struggling with anxiety and fear, but as I lifted my voice in praise, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. It was like a weight had been lifted.
Their conversation continues, sharing more personal stories and experiences. They emphasize the importance of making worship a regular part of their lives and encourage others to experience its transformative power.
Worship is more than just a religious activity, it's a lifestyle. It's about encountering God's presence daily and allowing him to shape our hearts and minds.
Exactly. It's an invitation to a deeper relationship with God. And the more we worship, the more we'll experience his love and transforming power in our lives. Luke, let's talk about some biblical examples of worship. It can really deepen our understanding.
That's a great idea. I remember reading about David. He was a passionate worshiper. His psalms are filled with expressions of adoration and gratitude to God.
Absolutely. David's heart was fully surrendered to God. He danced before the Lord with abandon, and his music was a powerful tool for worship. It's inspiring to see such raw and genuine devotion.
And let's not forget about the Israelites. Their worship in the temple was a grand spectacle with sacrifices, music, and dance. It was a corporate expression of their faith.
Yes, and even in the midst of trials, we see examples of worship, like Paul and Silas, who sang praises to God while imprisoned. Their worship wasn't about circumstances, it was about their relationship with God.
It's amazing how worship can transcend our situations. It's a choice we make, a declaration of our faith.
So what do you think are the key principles of worship?
That's a good question. I believe one of the core principles is authenticity. Worship should come from a genuine heart. It's about connecting with God on a personal level, not just going through the motions.
I agree. Another principle is unity. Worship brings believers together, creating a sense of community and shared purpose.
Definitely. I'd also add that worship should be sacrificial. It's about offering our best to God, not just the leftovers.
That's so true. Worship involves giving up our own desires and priorities to focus on God.
And let's not forget about the importance of balance. Worship should involve our minds, hearts, and bodies. It's about engaging our whole being.
I think one more principle is consistency. Worship shouldn't be a one-time event, it should be a daily practice.
So how can we incorporate these principles into our lives?
I think it starts with cultivating a heart of gratitude. Focusing on God's blessings helps us develop a deeper appreciation for Him.
And spending time in His Word is crucial. The Bible reveals God's character and His love for us, fueling our worship.
Absolutely. We also need to create a worshipful atmosphere in our homes. Playing Christian music, praying together, and studying the Bible can foster a spirit of worship.
I believe it's important to find a worship community that aligns with our beliefs and values. Surrounding ourselves with like-minded people strengthens our faith.
And let's not forget about serving others. Acts of service are a form of worship as we reflect God's love to the world.
Worship is truly a lifestyle. It's about living in constant communion with God, allowing Him to transform us from the inside out.
It's a journey, and it's an adventure. Let's encourage each other to deepen our worship and experience the fullness of God's presence.
So there you have it, Michelle. Worship is a powerful journey that can transform lives. It's about connecting with God on a deep level and allowing Him to shape us into His image.
Absolutely, Luke. We've explored the biblical foundations of worship, identified key principles, and discussed practical ways to incorporate them into our lives. Now it's your turn. We encourage you to embrace these principles and experience the transformative power of worship firsthand. Let's create a world filled with authentic, united, sacrificial, balanced, and consistent worship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content that will nourish your soul. Together, let's build a community of worshipers who are making a difference in the world.